Hello, and welcome to Snack Decisions, the show where I help you make good snack decisions. We are in the middle of weird January, and I don't know how weird this one is, but it is definitely unique. I don't know if it's as weird as the cheese-flavored Oreos or the one I have planned next week, so maybe we're taking a break, but I don't know. We're going back to Australia with some KitKat. This is a dark chocolate with Tasmanian Mint. This is part of their Nestle's Australian releases using local ingredients, and obviously Tasmanian Mint is something local to Australia. So they first released this in 2021, and I think it's been released fairly regularly since then. I managed to pull this at World Market. It looked interesting and unique, so I said, hey, why not? Let's try it. And yes, if you notice, I can hold it sideways. It's a giant bar. Very, very big. Not necessarily. It's about three KitKats put next to each other. So there's a lot of KitKat in here. There's a sticker with the nutrition facts on it that you have to rip open to get at the actual candy bar. Okay, the packaging itself is not that difficult to open, but once you open it, it is open. You're going to have to reseal it by putting it down. There's no way to save it unless you're putting it in some zip top bag of some sorts. But yeah, it's fairly easy to get at. It probably won't last terribly long. I mean, it's a big bar, but you'll finish it relatively quick. Again, easy to get at. I wish it had a resealable component to it, but you can wrap this up, I guess. Packaging would be a 2 on this. I can smell the mint already. Oh, buddy. It looks kind of like mint chocolate chip ice cream. Instead of vanilla, it's chocolate, though. Obviously no chocolate chips, but man, that mint is extremely powerful. I don't smell this. I usually don't smell the snacks up close, but this one is just absolutely filling the room. But yeah, kind of looks like the shirt I'm wearing, but mine's blue. Okay, let's see how this tastes. As I was eating this, I noticed on the back it has exactly what a serving size is, which helps. Actually, what I just showed you was 2 serving sizes. 2 of the bars next to each other indicate 1 serving. This is exactly what I was hoping out of a mint chocolate bar. Very, very mint forward. It floats there, but there is a big chocolate presence, and there's obviously the wafer, but it goes so well together. The mint is still in my mouth. It makes me crave more of it because it's so minty and so refreshing and so flavorful. It's a dark chocolate, so there's a little bit of sweetness, but it's definitely more subdued than like a milk chocolate or something like that. But it plays well with the mint, and it really accentuates the mint in the mouth and makes it pop a lot more. I am very impressed with how this went. I will give taste on this a 5. That was massively impressive. Now, for value, wow, I think this was $7 at World Market. Obviously, they are importing it from Australia. Again, you're paying a premium because they're not going to release mint KitKat with Tasmanian Mint here. I believe they did release a mint KitKat or a duo thing at one point, but I think this one's a lot better than that. Again, you are paying a premium, $7. That's on the high side, but the product is good. If you do like minty things, this is definitely right there for you. I would give the value a 4 out of 5 on this. Again, really, really quality, but still a little bit steep. If it went down a little bit, yeah, you're talking 5 stars. But this is a quality product. Good job, Australia. That's Tasmanian Mint. Maybe that's what needs to be in everything. Tasmanian Mint. Okay, we're gonna pair this with a snack bar preview. Ooh. When I say preview at the time of this recording, this beer technically isn't out yet. From Revolution, this is their Dethurana. This is the first time it's been released. This is the first time I'm having it, so I've never had this beer before in my life. It's basically their Death Star, which last year's, the one they released in October, was amazing. They took some of that and put it in some Brazilian Amburana casks. Amburana is just a Brazilian wood. It usually imparts like a cinnamon, maybe a little vanilla, but cinnamon is the big flavor component off of an Amburana aged spirit, or in this case, beer. We seem to be a lot of Amburana barrels recently. Got procured by breweries around the nation, so there's been a steady flow of Amburana beers the last few years. It's interesting. It sometimes makes things taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Sometimes it does go overboard on the cinnamon, so it will be very interesting to see how this one does. Typically, these deep wood beers, the head shows up and then immediately goes away. This one actually hung around for a minute. But yeah, this is pitch black. It is staining. There's alcohol coating the glass. Not a terrible amount of legs running off of it from the alcohol. It's just, you see there's like a sheen on it. I had to look at the bottom of the can. It is 14.1%. So yeah, it's not their biggest, but it's approaching their 15%. That's usually typical for some of these beers. Chocolate, a little vanilla, definitely some of that cinnamon I mentioned from the Amburana wood on it. There are maybe some dark fruits in there, like a cherry or a raisin as well. That is very, very decadent, if you will. Wow. I maybe get a little caramel also coming off the bourbon barrels that were the primary aged. This was, they took some of those and then aged it in the Amburana barrel, so it's a mix of those two. But if this is anything like the base Death Star they released last year, there's probably going to be some caramel coming off of this. But this is wild, honestly. It's just like they spiked it with some cinnamon. Let's see how it tastes. So yeah, they basically took, it tastes like Death Star, but with a just the right amount of like a cinnamon stick in there. Absolutely perfect mouthfeel, coats the tongue. There might be a little alcohol burn at the finish, but that might also be the Amburana cinnamon coming off of it as well. Definitely that caramel that I made mention of is showing up. It is very chocolatey. There is a little bit of a vanilla character coming off the bourbon barrel as well. But it's the cinnamon, honestly. The cinnamon from the Amburana is perfect. Again, if they did this too much, we're talking like cinnamon challenge problems. It's not. It's there perfectly. Yeah, it's just like they put the perfect amount of cinnamon into Death Star. Unbelievable. 5 stars. Wow. So smooth, so easy to drink, so flavorful. Yes. Buy it. It goes on sale today. Buy it, honestly, if you're interested in trying something with Amburana, I guess. Well, now I'm going to ruin it, and I'm going to try to pair it with the mint thing. So this is going to be really interesting because I got mint and cinnamon. First impression was when the beer hit, after putting the basically the mint bomb in my mouth, the cinnamon really wasn't showing up. It was just the chocolatey, vanilla, bourbony stout, and then the mint, which was perfect, honestly. And then at the end, after everything was done, the cinnamon started peeking through. Upon repeated pairings, it got to be a little bit too much because there was a lot of mint and then a lot of the cinnamon from the Amburana barrels. It still worked well. I would still encourage Revolution to do maybe a mint beer if they can get the Tazmanian Mint, honestly. But it worked real well for a minute, but it became a little bit overbearing after a while. But man, that mint and the beer itself really worked well at first. So I'm going to give the pairing 4 stars. If it didn't get overbearing or anything, it would have been 5. I think the beer is adding a little bit of a sweet component that the KitKat was missing, honestly. Even though I do like the dark chocolate, and it's not terribly sweet, this adds a little bit of sweetness to it, which is fine. It's not terrible. But again, the cinnamon and the mint are so powerful that it kind of becomes too much if you have too much of it. The 1 stick serving size was perfect for this, honestly. So yeah, not terribly crazy. It's not a cheese flavored Oreo, but hey, man, mint, Tasmanian mint. I'm a fan now. Honestly, I'm looking for things with Tasmanian mint in it. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, shoot me an email, snackdecisions@gmail.com. Until next time, make good snack decisions.